Tolleson-Mack podcast. I'm Brandon Shelton. This is Brandon Brown, and our special guest today is Brenton White. But first, we'd like to get to our sponsors. We'd love to thank Wilcox Livestock Auction. They stand behind us. We buy a lot of cattle from them. We got standing orders down there to buy cattle as we speak. They're really good people. Sonny and Barbara run the deal. And if you need some cattle, need to see a livestock auction, go see Sonny and Barb. Brenton, what's up, buddy? Little 30 minutes stuck at the stop sign over here.
Yeah, it was an adventure to get out here. I wasn't sure exactly where you guys were taking me.
Right,
Especially go on this back road here.
I walked outside to get him, and he's like sitting in his truck like,
maybe.
What's this is Children of the Corn shit out here.
Hills have eyes, dogs running around.
Right? We're Tolleson, baby. That's how we do it. So, Brenton, we'll let you kind of walk us down, but the highlights that got me that I wanted, I got to have that guy on the podcast. Navy SEAL, number 1. Number 2, bodyguard to the stars. Pretty bitchin', huh?
Yeah, I did that for a little while. That actually is not
as cool as
not as all cracked up as it seems to be.
So who are the names?
We signed a bunch of non-disclosures.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they were all,
A-listers?
A-listers, yeah.
So would you go with these guys when they went shopping and stuff too? Like you're full-time security on them, or how?
No, we did like events here. So
okay.
Super Bowl.
Oh,
we had some people come in. But yeah, they act like they're the president, Secret Service. Like can't get off the plane until they get an umbrella in their face.
Really?
Yeah. Some just off the wall shit.
So were you in just regular civilian clothes like the whole time, like let them do their thing, just kind of just watching over them, or are you right there next to them? Like how close were you?
We're civilian clothes, kind of standoffish because they have their own. Usually they have their own
private guys
security.
ride up on them.
Yeah, they're
wear
always
all black.
Yeah, usually suits or whatever, But then we're kind of there in case something happens. They all think someone's out to get them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's like a main right up on them, and you guys there's like 2 sets of security guards.
Yeah.
And how did Kim Kardashian get her ass slapped that one time in public? Remember?
That had to be an inside job.
How did it happen?
No,
do you remember it was in Paris and they came up right behind her, slapped her ass?
Did you just see that thing with like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox when they're at the carnival or wherever the fuck they're at?
How'd that happen?
Same thing. Just, you know what I mean? They're getting off the ride. It's that like transition period where there's
they got right there. Yeah, I got you.
So like Floyd Mayweather, somebody that packs around like, dude, he's got like 8 foot tall, big old dudes with him all the time, and then he's got like some guys built like you, and then he's got like just all kinds of people surrounding him at all times. Are all those dudes bodyguards, or are they kind of just the entourage that are on his payroll?
I think he's got a little bit of both, honestly.
Really?
But that guy, he brags like he carrying $100 million cash, wherever, you know what I mean? Like,
were you carrying guns on the whole time?
Yeah.
The whole time.
It's just concealed. So,
how many say
just on the DL?
Just say like you were guarding Paris Hilton, right? Some famous star lady, whatever. How many of you guys would there be? Because the personal security seems to me like maybe somebody that they're comfortable with or whatever, and they know. And then what you guys would do would be more like, don't come fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually there's 2, 3, 4, depending on, it just depends on really the
size of the event and stuff.
The client, you know what I mean? How they want to roll throughout. Yeah. And then usually when they come here, you know what I mean? Because for whatever, there's always events here in Scottsdale, right?
Yeah.
So they just always feel like
the golf tournament and all that kind of stuff.
So they just want another layer, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just in case something does happen, it gives them that peace of mind.
Okay, this might be crazy, but you being in that world or whatever, do you believe in body doubles? Do you think that there's like guys that look similar to Kanye West and like he sends them one way, he goes another? Like I've heard, like YouTube has all kinds of shit like that. I mean, you being around that world, have you ever seen anything or anything like that?
I mean, I didn't get that deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did it for a little while, and then I realized, this is not.
Yeah, it's not my jam.
No, because you have to care, enough about those people to actually want to, protect them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do it a few times, and you realize, yo, dude, you still put your pants on the same way I do.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So you acting like your shit don't stink. Just
so I'm sure there's a lot of people that act like that. Like we kind of run into some of them from time to time, and you're like, man, you're the same as I am. Like if we went down and really got to the brass tacks, we're all pretty even. But was there anybody that you protected that you thought, man, they're super cool? You know what I mean? Not just everybody assholes, but like maybe, I don't know, whoever. All right, and you don't have to give a name, but were there like a couple people or one person, or you're like, man, I would like to be that person's security guard or whatever? Like,
No, I don't think. No, I mean, so like being in the SEALs and stuff, you know, you get to meet a lot of people. And just recently met Michael Ray, country guy. He's cool as hell. Yeah, that dude's down to earth.
Yeah,
and he's cool. He's cool people. He'll go out with you. Like he's just basically a normal dude. You know what I mean? Like he'll go to the bars, like just regular hole in the wall bar, and
just roll in.
Yeah,
no problem.
That's cool.
Yeah, not say a word.
You got to think like those celebrities. I guess they're getting the best of the best. When you come out, you're a Navy SEAL. Like I want a Navy SEAL watching my ass. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
How was that transition? I mean, you know, you can walk us down being a SEAL, but like, how are you from a SEAL to that bodyguard? Like, is there like an agency or something that keeps you guys?
Just connections. You
Just
know what
connections.
I mean? Yeah,
Okay.
like you know, people who have security companies that they've already stood up. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much just how
Blackwater.
Yeah, that's how most team guys get into it. You know, and then they can either decide if they want a contract, like you said, like Blackwater, you know, do overseas, or they just do, you know, the personal security detail stuff.
Have you done any of that stuff like overseas?
No, the contract stuff.
Yeah.
No, I haven't done it. So I got out and then did like the, you know, security stuff, and then just transitioned to actually just recently to another job probably a couple months ago. So
What do you do now?
we work for a company called Alcor.
Alcor.
They do, you know, cryonics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So cryonics is where they freeze themselves after they pass.
So like they freeze their head, right?
Freeze their head or whole body
Oh, okay.
in nitrogen. So they're preserving themselves in the name of science to hopefully
Come back.
Hopefully one day come back.
Yeah, so like you freeze yourself, and then in 100 years, when they figure out what the cure was for why you died, and they figured out a way to bring you back from the freezer, you have a possibility of coming back.
I'm gonna be restarted.
Fired.
Then I'm gonna owe all that debt back. They'll be coming looking for that tractor payment.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell no.
I just got
You're
out
gonna
of
look
these.
like Futurama.
Yeah,
You know what I
hell
mean?
no.
You're gonna be in that
No.
fishbowl.
John Deere gonna be around when I come
John
back.
Deere
John
ain't
Deere
going
gonna-
nowhere. You don't
They're
gotta
gonna be
worry
like, hey, you
about
remember that tractor payment, motherfucker? Start over.
that. Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'll stay in the hole.
That's got to be a hell of a deal, right? To put on your resume. You're sitting there filling out a resume for a job and previous employment, Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
awesome.
And then
Yeah.
they
I mean,
read it, they're
so
like,
It's not bad. It's not a bad thing to put on the old resume.
Like when you started, you know, like that's what you set out to be a Navy SEAL, and it's from the jump, or
Yeah,
just
from the jump.
you're Navy SEAL, like you knew you were gonna do it.
like
That's
how
a-
old were you and stuff?
I was older. I was 24 when I joined. So
So you had a mindset you were gonna do it.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Because I mean, especially now, like
That's badass. Like
looking at the regular military.
hmm Oh yeah,
Ooh, woof.
yeah.
To go regular military, not a chance.
No bueno.
No.
So how?
No bueno at all.
So everybody watches the shows, and you see some Navy SEAL training and stuff. Is it legit like that? Like, I mean, is it?
Yeah,
Is it intense?
yeah, it's legit. So, all right. So when I was going through, right, had a buddy who was Canadian, but he knew, no idea how, but he knew a team guy, right, that was actually in. So I was like, yo, can you hit him up and ask, like, some advice, like what to do, like what to prepare for, like, like what do I need to do?
Yeah, heads up.
Yeah. Dude, he legit texted him a whole like paragraph about what he because he was in training and stuff. And he just telling about training, and then like a 2-line little thing about for me. He said, just go to the sex store, buy an anal expander. He goes, the biggest one you can find. And he goes, just stick that thing in your ass. He goes, because that's what's about to happen to you. You're about to get raped. And I was like, what kind of fucking advice is that, bro?
You're all pumped
Oh,
up, probably
shit.
working out, ready to go, and that's the message you get.
Oh man.
I was like, what the
I might have a gift card.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of advice? I was like expecting like some like legit advice, like what to
shit.
expect. No,
He's
Wow.
retiring before he starts.
yeah, he said, no, just go ahead and buy yourself an anal expander. I was
I'll
like,
be down.
what the hell?
Yeah. So was it that bad?
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
He was right there with the angle
Yeah,
expander then?
yeah.
Wow. Shit. Where'd you go? I mean, how long were you in? What was your
I was in
career?
13 years.
Wow,
Yep.
that's awesome. The whole 13 was your.
Yeah, so you join, and then you go, boot camp and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and then you go to Buds, SQT, which is like the qualification training, and then you go into your team after that.
So is the whole ring the bell thing, and that's all like real?
Oh yeah, that's legit.
Like to ring the bell to leave or whatever you want to do?
Yeah, to quit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you see guys do it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like, so how many guys did you start with versus how many guys did you end up with?
So my class started 275.
275 guys. Okay.
Then finished Hell Week. So that's only like maybe a couple months into it. We finished Hell Week 40 something.
Wow.
Holy shit.
200 took off. Wow.
Holy.
I mean,
You get crushed.
I could imagine.
You
Jeez.
get crushed.
That's why the cream rises.
The cream rises to the
tough
top.
is
So
tough.
the 40.
I mean, it's like everything though. You know what I mean? Like there's always people that slip through the cracks. You know.
You're like,
So-
it was like.
I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. You know.
So 40 guys make it through Hell Week, right?
40 something in my class.
So after Hell Week and those 40 guys made it through, is it like you get a breather or they just keep on the gas?
No, you just keep on the gas. That's the worst thing about it.
That's what they do, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you do? Did you go overseas? Where'd you spend most of your time in them 13 years? Was it all over the place?
All over the place, yeah. Africa, Middle East.
Yeah.
Went to Iraq, and then one deployment we went to. It was like a training deployment. We went all over the Middle East, like Dubai or UAE, I guess, Jordan, Qatar.
How is? I mean, is it like so scary? I guess to me is like everybody's in. You just look. It's just a market, and everybody's wearing the same thing, and then you don't know who's good and who's bad. And is it how do you?
I guess
Even when I watch the movies, like I'm like scared, like oh
each
shit.
each deployment's different. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when we were in Africa, it was kind of like that because we were like kind of intermingled with the local populace.
Yeah.
So you just kind of just rolled, and we were supposed to be like low profile, so you just wore street clothes, and you're supposed to blend in. That's what they said. But I'm a white guy in Africa.
Hey, you're gonna blend well.
Yeah.
Do they give you like
an ink spot in the
And
middle?
I was like, when you go on deployment, all you gotta do is lift and eat, right? Because there ain't much else to do.
yeah?
So you
you're
live
bigger than everybody else,
you
wider
lift,
than everybody else.
Yeah, it was like 240 pounds, and I had huge beard. And then I decided to put cornrows in.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
great.
I'm gonna really blend in.
Really gonna blend in
Yeah.
over here. So I just had a friend that went to Africa on a 3-week safari, right? Him and his girlfriend went over there for a 3-week safari. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, do you think that's safe? Like, I mean, I'm not saying you're supposed to live your life in a bubble,
Yeah.
but I mean,
wherever you go, I mean, it could be dangerous. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I mean, I've seen it 99th and Southern get a little wild one time.
Yeah, you know, me right here trying to get to that stop sign where all these people have never seen a stop sign before,
Yeah.
and I watched this one guy just right now come in, got skipped like 5 times. He didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
bro,
know.
you guys need a fucking
Oh,
stoplight out here, or you need to go back to California.
Right,
Yeah,
one of those two.
One of those
Yeah.
two.
So Africa was maybe the worst.
No, it was worse.
No?
I mean, just as far as like
Were you in like combat? Any of them places? Active?
Iraq.
Yeah, it was active.
Yeah, it was active. The funnest was like we went to Dubai or UAE. Like we did a UAE deployment where basically
Dubai looks awesome. I only see it in the UFC videos, but
Dude, Dubai's
Yeah.
legit.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard
legit.
stories. I heard it's like Vegas, but you cannot like no weed, but
No, you can't. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
you can't.
but
You
no
know-
weed then.
no weed. in
No,
Vegas.
No weed in Dubai.
No, there
FYI.
ain't nothing. There
No
ain't
drugs.
no drugs. There
But
ain't
there's
no
no
like that.
crime. There's like everybody respects them. Like
Yeah, because you
know
want
what I
to
mean?
get your hand chopped off,
Yeah.
or they don't. It's like if you get caught, you get pinched. Like there ain't no like due process law,
no,
right?
you're going right now.
Yeah, you're going to jail, and there ain't not like, hey, I'm gonna go to court and try to fight
this.
this. That's why people don't understand here. When I hear people bitch about like, they're like, oh, you know, whatever people want to bitch about, you know what I mean?
Everything.
Yeah, literally just whatever they want to bitch about.
Yeah.
Okay, so UAE is, I mean, it's first world. I mean, as far as like their way of living, like, I mean, their shit is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like
But-
Lamborghini cop cars.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, everybody rolls around in like, you know, fucking Lexuses and
Range Rovers,
yeah,
Mercedes,
G-Wagons and
yeah.
shit like that. But, okay, this describes it. So you know how people go pick up money, or the guys here, and they're rolling with the big up armored truck, you know, they'll go pick up money there. They got not a gun on them, in a regular car, in the ATM, and they just got like just bags of cash.
Because they're no one's fucking with nobody.
No.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
It's like you said, they'll chop their freaking hand off.
Oh yeah, they'll probably chop your head off.
Chop your head off. Yeah, if you stole money, they probably chop your head.
You'd be done.
So I could be totally wrong with this, but that's primarily a Muslim country. That's,
UAE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and then you go to the next one over, a couple over, and it's like Sudan, where it's primarily Muslim too, and then it's like it's ruthless, and they both believe in the same, like
but
you know what I'm saying?
UAE, Qatar, Saudi, they have oil money.
Yeah. So I mean, so
they're trying to figure out how to spend it.
So
I got you.
Yeah, but they don't. So they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Their working class is made up of Westerners. So Europeans, Aussies, South Africans, Americans.
Yeah, they like bust them, fly them in or whatever, and like to build.
My point is, they're both believe in the same values.
And then Sudan don't have oil money.
So, but I'm saying in the book that they believe in, they both have the same morals and like stealing and stuff, but just because of the money, it's just a different craziness. You know
it's
what I mean?
It is.
It's
crazy.
Totally different
You know
animal.
what I mean?
You know what I
It's
mean?
nuts.
But you know what, too? Like when people come from other countries into a new country, they think what they had in their home country should apply in the new country. Like I got in, one of these famous Facebook arguments. Yeah, I think it was last night or the other night. Anyways, some guy, I go to Rocky Point all the time, go to Mexico all the time. I do business in Hermosillo, Mexico. We buy cattle on the border, do all kinds of business in Mexico. You fuck around in Mexico, that's where your family's going to find you, right? Like if they find you, right? So it's very simple. So this guy gets on there and posts, does anyone know if it's legal to videotape the police officers in Rocky Point when they pull you over? I tried to videotape him, and he took my phone. Yeah. And I literally posted on there, I'm like, who are you going to show the video to?
Yeah, no shit.
And what you do, show it to the other cops?
To his brother?
Yeah, to the federales or to the...
no shit.
So, like, my point to it is, these people go to other countries and they think, oh, well, I get to video these cops and I can do all this shit and I can post it on Facebook and I can do all this and I'm going to get something done. That's bullshit.
Yeah, but you know what's funny, though, is like they act like they're going to do that, but when they get to those countries, fuck no.
They're not doing nothing, right?
Dude, they ain't doing jack pedal shit, dude. Right? They talk a big game and then they realize once they get there, they're like, all right, maybe I won't. Maybe I might get locked up in a fucking UAE prison for the rest of my life without no court or nothing.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you screw around in some of these countries, that's where you're going to end up. Yeah. Like they're going to leave you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You and your phone and your video and everything else you got with you.
But like UAE, Qatar, so much fun.
Oh, dude,
Lebanon,
Dubai. All right, hey, welcome back to the Tolleson-Mack podcast, to the second half. I'd like to kind of dedicate this podcast to a friend of ours that we lost, Kai and Cesar. He was a real good friend since we were all little. We're still really good friends with Bry, and after talking to this guy in the first half, Kai just popped in my head, man. He would have loved to listen to your stories, dude. Yeah, he would have loved it. He
was one of the outlaws a little bit.
Oh yeah,
he's right up.
He was real. Next thing we knew, he would have been in Lebanon. He would have been calling us from Lebanon.
Oh, he's that big of an outlaw.
He liked to party. So, yeah.
That's my kind of people right there.
Yeah. So at the break, we kind of got a little more whiskey in the cups and got on about the stories. But when like you were in the Navy SEALs and you were kind of going and getting sent all over the place, how does that work? Are you guys like on a crew, a team, or whatever? And then you guys are always hooked together.
Yeah, you're on a team. So it's on they call it deployment cycles, right? So it's like a 2-year deployment cycle. So it's like 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, and then 6-month deployment. So it's like 6 months of schools, 6 months of training as a team, and then you do like 6 months of like, I guess, big exercises, kind of like bring it all together, you know what I mean, before you deploy. And then 6-month deployment,
like full speed before you get out there.
Yeah, exactly.
How many is in your squad?
Around 20.
Around 20.
Yeah.
So are you ever like off of one of those deployment cycles, sitting at the house, having a whiskey, Snapchatting a chicken wherever, Lebanon, and they text you or call you and say, "Hey, we need you"?
No,
They
it's
don't?
not. It's not that high speed. So I mean, if you go to, I guess SEAL Team 6, what everybody knows
Yeah.
it as, that's more like their
Right
speed.
now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you know what I mean. Like they have that kind of built in for themselves.
White House is down situation.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but everything's like overseas. They can't do anything.
Well.
Can't do anything.
Abroad.
Everything's abroad. They can't do
Yeah.
anything on local. You know what I mean?
On
Like
soil.
on American soil, right? Just the way, whatever politics should have set up. But
That's a whole different
that's,
podcast.
that's a whole nother bullshit.
whole
story.
other deal.
Yeah. But for us, we already know like where we're going, like what area of like operation, I guess. So
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
not to get too political into it, but were you deployed or in active duty at the time of like a presidential change? You know what I mean? And
well, I
here,
mean,
let me
I was
tell you why
I was with Obama, I guess, when we started,
Okay.
and then Trump when he took over, and then I got out as Biden was taking over.
as he was getting in. So
Yeah.
the reason I ask you that question is kind of a funny question maybe, but like I wonder, because you see on TV that these presidents are making all these changes and these congressmen, everybody's making all these changes, but does that really affect you guys? Like, I mean, if you're going from president to president, do you get like some memo or something that says, "Hey, now we're going to do it this way"?
Rubber bullets.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
like,
I mean,
fuck.
Yeah.
dude, it's hard because it seems like now everything has politics involved. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which is total bullshit.
Yeah.
If you ask, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
I think
military shouldn't have politics involved.
no. There's only one that win. There's no other. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the only option. And the military side of it.
Yeah, but they've lost sight of that.
you know what I mean?
They've totally.
You can't be second in the military.
No, but they've totally lost sight of it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at like the Air Force Academy. You know, what I mean, and now they have diversity training in their like classrooms. It's like
It takes time away from winning.
bro, it's like be like, hey, are we gonna go to war, or are we gonna go and be like, hey, so on your side of war, do you guys have enough females to accommodate?
And I'm sure China has that same policy.
Oh yeah, I'm
You know
sure
what I
every
mean?
other
Like,
country does.
fuck.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I've asked you, but you've said this is the
Okay.
most boring thing to ask you about. But I'm interested in like, I know you don't want to say no names, but celebrities. You said you would go and would,
Is that all over the world too?
and then so,
Or
like
just kind of Arizona?
No, I was just Arizona.
so like when they came to the Super Bowl, did you travel from their house to them, or you just waited for them here
waiting for him here. Yeah.
and then took them all around the city and stuff
Yeah.
wherever they wanted to go?
Well, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so wish I could say her name, but you can't because you get in trouble. But all right, so
Let's just say a female
female person.
person.
Okay,
Okay,
female
female person one.
Female person one, right? We're at the airport in Glendale, right next to the stadium, right? And so we're like waiting, and then I'm taking a nap. I'm like, dude, what? Like I'm sitting in the truck.
Guarding
Yeah.
female person one is not too stressful.
No, definitely not. Especially since she's flying from wherever she's flying from, right?
Right.
So I'm like taking a nap, and all of a sudden, boom, pound the window, like line up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on? It's like she's coming. I'm like, wait, she's already landed? She goes, no, they just took off from wherever she's at. I was like,
Well, line up.
that's fucking like 2 hours away, bro. I was like, you just woke me up from my nap for that? And he goes, well, they just want us on standby. And I'm like,
Was
What?
that another Navy SEAL guy?
no, hell no.
Oh, I was gonna say,
dude,
just-
if it was another team
no.
guy, because all right, so team guys we're all tight, no matter how long it's been. I mean, we're team guys. I would look that motherfucker straight in the eye and be like, bro, you better go fucking back to wherever truck you came from and fuck let me go back to sleep. Dude, 2 hours? You shit me? I'm gonna sit in line for 2 hours?
Come back in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, you better come back when that. Dude, I was not happy, obviously. So I was like, looked down. I was like, "We fucking serious? We're gonna line up right now?" And he goes, "Yeah, line up." I'm like, fucking line up. Then of course we're sitting there, and there's all kinds of people coming into Glendale Airport because I mean, dude, there's all
Super
kinds of
Bowl.
Well, it's a
celebrities.
Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
coming in.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, dude, we are the assholes blocking everybody right now just for this chick as she takes off. I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
How many people were in your group at that day or in that?
There's like 6 or 7 of us. I
So
think.
it must have been
so
a big
6
time.
or 7 on the outside. You said right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
plain
Well, I
clothes,
mean, like
concealed weapon.
total between like
Oh.
her, like
Oh, her guys
career-
and your guys.
So
Yeah.
then you go to the Super Bowl, you get to go inside the gate.
Oh
You're,
fuck no! It gets way worse than that. So
Oh.
we sit in line, dude. Then we're sitting there. Obviously, dude, everybody comes up and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, Dude, fuck, one person came up. I was like, I didn't say line up. I was like, you go talk to that guy right over there because he said go line up, and they're like, go talk, and then you could tell they're like having a powwow, you know. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Well, come to find out, what the person that was like asking, it was the owner of the Chief's daughter. Bro, we're over here acting like we're the fucking bee's fucking knees, and then we got the owner of the Chief's daughter like literally landing. I was like, how the fuck? I was like, then of course they finally like, okay, pull around. I was like, yeah, no shit. Fuck, we're here fucking hour and a half early, just sitting in line like a dickhead.
Are you well taken care of? Do they treat you good that way? I mean, is it worth it money wise?
Oh yeah, money wise is good. You know what I mean? $100 an hour just to chill.
Oh, you're doing it.
Take a nap.
Yeah, I did. So
until they wake you
so
up.
anyways, they finally they obviously got back the line and like what picked her up. And like I said, this is one where like she would come out of the airplane until we got an umbrella in front of her face.
Wow.
I was like, dude, this is fucking.
So you weren't able to get her autograph?
Fuck no, dude. So after we picked her up, right, we went and dropped her off at the Super Bowl. Well, you drop her off at the like little private entrance gate. It's a mile into the stadium from there. So they take a golf cart and they, go in, and they're like, well, all right. They're like, what are you guys gonna do now? And I'm like, well, I'm taking a fucking nap. Again. I was like, we dropped them off like an hour early. Dude, I napped for like 3 hours. I was just fucking napping. Someone came over, knocked on the window again. I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, fuck, you're real nappy, huh? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I'm a mile deep. I'm gonna have to go through who knows how many cops to get to the stadium to fucking protect her. And at that time, her box was right next to Jill Biden's.
Wow.
I was like, so I'm gonna have to go through who knows how much Secret Service to go help her out in case shit goes bad. I was like, are you shitting me? I'm like, no, I'm going back to sleep. Leave me alone.
Was her hair pink? Was it real pink? Or?
Ooh. Jill's?
No.
Jill's.
We're going to find out who the hell it was now. We're getting a little deeper.
Nah, can't tell you.
So all of this napping that goes on is like, this sounds crazy to me, but like, or a crazy question for me, but like, are you taught that? Like as a Navy SEAL, like if you're
Get
not
your rest when you can.
like get your rest when you can, because there's some days you aren't going to be able to rest.
I mean, yeah.
Or is that just you? Or are you just a napper?
I mean, every team got the same way. Like when you get to a point you're just bored as fuck, you're like, all right, what else do I do? I was in a big ass SUV.
I like napping too. I'm not
with the AC on, so I just literally cranked that bitch all the way back, and I was like,
This question is a little off topic, but I was watching this thing. It was like the Marines or whatever, when they're cruising around doing their thing, they have a big old thing of cash of their currency in Afghanistan or whatever. And they would give it to this guy, and this guy would be like their local guy, and he would, say this guy's selling bombs or whatever. Did you ever see anything like that? Any like buying off the locals or anything like that when you're out and about for 13
That has
years?
to happen.
I mean,
right?
it does happen, but
Yeah.
not mission set we were doing.
So you weren't like doing the investigating. If there was like a problem house, you guys went over there and did it.
Yeah, for our I guess our act deployments. Yeah, we're more.
So you weren't like
kinetic, I guess.
trying
moving.
to, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, I
like
got
moving
you.
and going.
I always just thought that would be. If they're coming to the United States, I'm gonna be like, have a rat.
Well, your new job now, frozen heads, frozen bodies. You love that?
It's chill.
Yeah, I bet it's chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super chill. You know what I mean?
It's real chill.
Yeah, you get them real cold.
Yeah, exactly. How did you get into that?
Yeah,
It's the same thing. So, there's a guy that was like consulting for them, and they're wanting people that were like qualified and can act appropriate and
not freak out and drop the head.
Yeah,
in public.
Yeah, in situations
So,
that are
Okay,
not normal to most people. You know what I mean?
Is it busy? Isn't it like a couple 100,000?
Yeah. It's
really?
Yeah, super
Yeah.
busy though.
Okay,
Super busy.
But I was a medic so I went to 18 Delta. So basically,
you're part of it.
yeah.
Right. So
I
okay,
went to the
just
whole medic course.
I'll just go through like easy course. Okay, someone passes away. Normally they'll get embalmed or whatever, and they get put in the ground, or they get cremated, right? So you're taking the dead body. They take it somewhere, take all the stuff out, or what?
Okay, so it's basically the same thing as embalming, but we have our own
Well, I'm saying the heart, organs, everything.
No,
still
everything stays
in the body.
Yeah, if you do, there's two procedures, right? There's neuro, which they call neuro, chop, or they do full body. So if they do full body, it's basically the same thing as embalming, but we put our own specialized fluid that scientists, you know what I mean, people a lot smarter than all of us combined have made up, and it basically it's able to like freeze your body without like damaging everything. You know what I mean? So like you literally they just it's like a bombing. They flush it out, and they flush all the blood out, and they put all the juice in.
So then they're saying, so they do their thing, and then they put them back in the cooler, and then someday there might be a technology or something down the road where they could put a little deal and then boom, boom, hit a button.
I mean that's what
that's the end game eventually they're hoping for.
That's what
is that
the patients. That's what the end game is.
Is there? How close are they to that end game? Has someone woken up from the dead? I mean,
no, not
that's
even
what
close. No, but so
did they move their arm? Like, how close are we?
No.
Did they blink?
Okay, so there's a documentary on Netflix called Hope Frozen.
Okay.
So so if anybody wants to watch like exactly what cryonics is, Hope Frozen on Netflix goes into like a deep dive exactly what it is. But basically, what the end game is for obviously for all the patients and stuff, they
walk again.
Yeah, they want to come back. But for Alcor, like they want to you know what I mean, like the science behind it, right? They're wanting to like
push it closer to the
they want to push.
See how far they can get it.
Yeah, exactly. But they want to push to a point where they can start organ banking things, right? So like, exactly. So right now, like if someone dies, right, they have to go on, or they donate their kidneys, whatever.
Take their kidney out and give it to somebody else.
Right, but if say no one's available at that time, for whatever reason, basically that thing goes to waste, right? So Alcor,
they want to be like a parts warehouse.
Yeah, basically.
I got one of those,
like a frozen parts warehouse, right?
Yeah.
A14.
Yeah,
give me that kidney.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I need that kidney in matches.
But I mean, if you think that gets to that point, I mean that changes the ball game for everything, right?
Dude, that changes the ball game for a lot.
Yeah, because there's people waiting on a list for their kidneys and stuff like that.
Right.
That's
right.
cool.
So it's like they want to get to the point where they can organ bank.
Yeah.
And then that way, if something does happen, people aren't.
As long as they're not like killing kids and stealing their organs and stuff like that. Like
no,
those documentaries are true.
Yeah, it's not.
You seen those ones?
Yeah.
What's the new movie out right now with the child trafficking?
A Voice of Freedom or something?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I'll cry probably the whole time. I can't watch that stuff.
It's not your strong suit.
No, that one's fucked.
But I did see the one about them stealing kids and taking the organs, and that is some sinister shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Anyways.
Huh.
Well, fuck.
Okay.
Well,
man, I think we got to have you come back on, huh?
Yeah, I'll come back on whenever you guys want. Just as long as you don't make me powder my nose again.
That shit was funny.
All right. No, I appreciate your service. And,
we really appreciate your service, and we appreciate your stories. And
that's cool.
And we appreciate you fighting the traffic at 99th and Southern, or 99th and Broadway. Sorry.
Yeah, now I know. Now
you know that 30-minute GPS is bullshit.
Yeah, 35-minute GPS
and,
is bullshit.
Caesar's having a military roping for like he's doing a clinic and then like a roping after that. So I would love if you would like to do it. The Tolleson-Mack would like to pay your way if you want to do that.
Pay your way. We got horses. I don't know if you still got horses, but
no,
we got
we got horses.
Justin Franks.
Yeah,
they're right. Justin Franks and Holly's horses.
So we're donating 5 spots for his clinic, and if you would
Where's his clinic at?
It's going to be at Welcome Home Ranch.
Where's that? Gilbert.
But yeah, it's a military deal, and Tolleson-Mack's going to donate some spots. So we, if you were interested in doing it,
just roping. Or
they're going to do
open clinic.
They're going to start on the ground, doing groundwork, dummy, and then live cattle at the end of the day. It's going to be like a 2-day deal, and it's all military.
Oh yeah.
So then we're going to have a roping after
You're in on that.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
I act like I never roped before.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Problem.